Okay, sidewalk and driveway. The best way to kind of deal with this is with what's known as a subregion here, um, and we change the material properties of it. It doesn't actually, cut a depth for the concrete and stuff like that. We're just splitting our topo surface, so it'll be parallel with that. Okay, so we're going to go subregion, change your material to cast in place concrete. Okay, and then we're going to sketch here, and I I I found out you can do the sketching and everything's everything's cool with it, and you can dimension it, but then those dimensions don't show up on your drawing. And I'm just going to bring it out to the property line. And it needs to be a closed loop. Okay. Now we can apply dimensions to it to get the right size. Oh, I really wanted those to be parallel to each other. I guess I'll have to, that one's 90. Okay, this one. Well, that's weird. Okay, so let's go with that. All right. And uh, here I'm diddling around here. What I'm doing is I'm just applying some dimensions to get these things. I'm making my sidewalk 6 feet wide, 6 feet wide here. The drive itself is like 24 feet wide. I mean, think about some driveway sizes and stuff. Um, I'll move that. Let me trim that. Okay. And the dimensions you apply are not going to show up on your drawing. So go ahead and apply your dimensions and get them in place. And then finish it. Okay. Now you're going to want to do another one back here in the back. And with this one, I made it just, it's between these two window wells. So I just kind of made it larger than I knew I would need it. And then after I get it in, I can come back and modify it based on the stairs. Okay. So let's go back to 3D view. And see, there's my nice concrete driveway. Okay. And let's see, sidewalks. All right. And so now you're going to need to add some stairs for here. And so if you will drop in a section view, just a temporary section view on the site plan right here, so you can measure the height that you're dealing with. Site. Okay, so I want to pop in a section view there. And I'm going to hide all of these. Okay, and so there is my sidewalk that's coming down. Okay, and so I need to know a height from here down to the sidewalk. And I mean, I can measure that 2'3", but our steps are actually going to be out here somewhere. So we'll say at least 2 feet, okay, on that. And then back to my site plan. And I'm going to kind of move this out of my way. And then we'll go with a stair. And our base constraint is going to be level 1, but we're going to drop it down. I'm going to say 2'3", okay? And then the top level would be level 1, okay? And so now I'm going to come in here. Okay, and so that got it there. And so now I want to move it up against the edge of the porch there. Okay, that got it on the edge of the porch. And then you can dimension it to get it centered up either in your sidewalk or on your porch, wherever you want the location of it to be. Okay, and actually I wanted to make it wider, but anyway. All right, and so now let's go back to our section view, check it out. Okay, we can see it's kind of into the porch there. So that actually needs to be pulled out onto the face of the porch. Okay, and then I want to edit my my stringer. I have to do that in edit type here, so that I want the stringer to trim stringers at top. Yes, I want to do that. Closed. Stringer thickness, stringer height. Okay, so somewhere it is in my type. Anyway, I got to find a place where you edit the offset of the stringer there. Okay, and then you may have to adjust the height of your stair where the start level is once we get down here and we see where it's at. Um, 49, so we'll say 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Come on up. Width. I actually want my width to be 6 feet wide. We'll say 2.25. Got it pretty close. Okay, so I may need to drop it down just a skosh there. Okay, and then close that in, and then you want to delete out these handrails because we don't need no handrails floating around in the air there. And you can do that in the plan view. Okay, and then once you're happy with that, you can take that section out. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing here in the back for a set of steps and just a landing pad back there. All right, now then for annotation, we need to locate the house. We've got our okay, we got our property lines. Let's add some contour values, contour lines. So let's go back to site, and we go here, label contours, and then what you do is you drag a line through the contours that you want to label. Okay, and then we've got a couple of them, up close to the house here. Which look good, except for the direction that I drew my lines that put them upside down. How about that? Let's try that again. Well, that's funny. It's doing all of them that way. Black Arial underline project base. I don't know. Okay, that's a new one. That was weird. Okay, I'll just have to see what the heck's going on with that. Anyway, we want to label our contours. We want to drop in a north arrow also, and that is going to be over here under symbol. So we go annotate over here, symbol, and you had the north arrow 2 loaded, so you'll need to load a family and go to north arrow 1 and bring it in because it looks more like a north arrow. And just pull down here somewhere in the corner and pop that in place. Okay. All right. And now we need to locate the house. So typically from a property line to the corner of a house is how it's done. So I'm going to choose that front wall. And because it's not parallel to that line, I can't get a dimension off of it. So let's go back to the front corner. Okay. And we can drop that dimension in there. And then we'll do the same thing with this front wall back to that corner. Okay, and so now that has located the house and where it's going to go on the site. Okay, we could do it again since we're sitting kind of at an angle. It's not parallel to the front. Let's go front of the wall with that point there. Okay, and so that would give a builder enough information to locate the thing on the site. Okay, so that's looking good. So we're going to add a sheet, and I haven't named it yet. I did it as AO2, and drop in. We didn't talk about it, but the scale probably 1 to 20 looks good, and drop that in to your site. And let's go back and turn off the underlay. I didn't think about that when I started it, so we'll turn off the underlay because all we want to see is the roof. Okay, and then that's looking good there. Fill in all this information. If we had other, information that we would put in, we'd get notes on that. And then I'll do a video on doing a cover sheet for our project.